Just little bits on managing boundaries and responsibility is to come up with a plan that everyone has had a chance to discuss. So I really would include kids in thinking about those things, because, especially older kids, because they won't wear rules that they haven't had some part in. They'll just rail against them. Whereas, well, it just depends how emotional they are at the time. But sometimes if they have been the one to say, no, okay, if I don't do what I'm told the third time, I do have to lose an hour of screen time, then they'll accept it a little more easily. So they can come up with some of their own consequences. To be firm and consistent with boundaries, and everyone knows that, but I don't know how many of us actually pull it off, because we get cross too, and or we go, I just can't bear the tantrum, I'm going to give in, or whatever it is that stops us being firm and consistent. We do it all the time, and you can, but you will pay for it. Every time you don't be consistent, they will get a picture of how malleable or not you are on a rule, and they're building that up in their minds all the time. And then the other thing is to take responsibility for our own mistakes and the times when we don't do what we said we would do. And we might say, okay, I promise not to shout the first 3 times that I say it, but after that I can't be responsible for myself. But you shout on the second time, and then I think it's a really useful thing to go back and say, I'm sorry, that wasn't okay, it wasn't what I should have done, and yeah, I can see that you got frightened and scared, and I really will try not to do it again, but that doesn't seem to be something I'm good at, and I'm sorry. And I think that's partly, if you don't, they'll be so angry that you haven't kept your side of the bargain, but secondly, it shows them that it's okay to get things wrong and to say sorry and try again.